Hey Ryan, how are you?
अरे भाई अभी तो मैं अकेला हूँ।
प्रोजेक्ट कब तक खत्म करने वाले हो इसका?
अबे मैंने आज उसको एक प्रपोजल दे रहा, अबे वो मुझे अभी चेंज कर। रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट है। रुक जा। व्हाट्सएप पे है अभी।
Hello, everyone.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sure.
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent.
You-
And I can hear you.
Perfect.
Amazing. Okay.
Okay. So we received lots of slides from Jaram.
Yes.
Yeah, he implemented, I think, as something like AIFAQ with Snowflake. Yes, some difference, but he also shared screenshots, documentation. And so I think we can start spending some words on Snowflake and also.
Yeah, let me share my screen for a second just to show the agenda real quick and see if we want to follow it or mix it up a little bit. So I thought we just, go over the introductions again. This is the Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust call for the lab AIFAQ. The code of conduct and the antitrust policy is on the wiki page. Everyone on the call has access to it. I'll put a link in the chat in a bit. If you need to read the code of conduct or the antitrust policy, which is just guidelines for how to behave civilly. And then I will put the attendees here. And then I thought we would either do multi-agent or Snowflake first, because I know both Ryan and JRAM have sent slides or stuff over. So if we just want to jump into those, we could do Snowflake first or multi-agent first. Doesn't matter to me. What do you think, Gianluca?
Yeah, maybe Snowflake first because
Okay.
yeah, that's my opinion. I don't know if Jeremy is able to present something today. He can share the screen and also present the slides. I don't know if you are with stable connection, Jeremy, or you are traveling or is out. I don't know.
Yeah, I can share my screen, Bobby.
Oh, good. I'll
Okay.
stop because for some reason I'm not logged into Google. There you go.
Okay.
Let me show you my- Bobby and Gianluca, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, so the presentation that I have shared you of the screenshots belongs to this project. So it's kind of uh, chatbot made in Snowflake using Streamlit and all. Uh, let's take some time. So it is a basic Streamlit app based on using RAG and other LLMs. Here we have Mistral Llama 2.7 billion and Snowflake Architect and Zema 7 beta parameters and Mistral 18 to 7 billion parameters. Uh, and here we can generate the knowledge base. It's kind of whether it can be kind of PDF, plain text, or a web URL. And after, if we upload any PDF, we would get the files here, kind of PDF, which is in the number of bytes we have used it on the time which we have uploaded to it. And I also have mentioned a feature that other people can see it or not. So where we can see it that the file that I have uploaded is like public, it is false. So it is showing that the file is in the private. And this is the chat, I think. Yeah, I should need to work on the loading of the previous chats because I will just show you. I just upload the file. Here I have an option to make it public or not. So for now, I'm just making it into the private. I'm just uploading the PDF here. Okay, yes, there is also a problem in this that it only takes only the plain text only because it has some restrictions in the Snowflake environment too. Suppose I just delete this file. Okay, this is upload this
This is
AWS
awesome.
website. Upload video. So it's generally taking a little more time. We just need to optimize the queries and everything inside the Snowflake environment while setting it up.
I have a quick question. So what I'm looking at is our app, AIFAQ, for the Snowflake Marketplace, where we can attach to a client, or no, let me rephrase that. So a client of Snowflake's who has like a data lake or data stored in Snowflake can come into the marketplace, see AIFAQ, which is this tool, access it, and then build private knowledge bases with their data that will not be shared back to the LLMs. Is that correct?
Yes, Bobby. Right
You
now
have
it's a
just
version one of it. And next we just need to add we just need to add here an option that like a feature that the database connection to be added kind of.
so this is awesome. What I'm seeing is like completely amazing. You've taken like the work that we've done and put it in here, and I think it's like incredible. Um, I think my brain's going crazy now. So what we need is a client of Snowflakes. Which do we have an advisory meeting tomorrow, Gianluca? Look, Gianluca's so excited he's crying.
No, it's too warm. It's too warm.
He's crying. It was so exciting for him to see.
Yeah, yeah. If I ask I have asked it a question for the AWS pre-tier limit, so it just replied from the document where I have just uploaded.
That is awesome. So we
Okay.
need to get at the advisory meeting tomorrow a client of Snowflake's or access to something in maybe test data at Snowflake that we could see if we could, test it off of. Is that what you need? Whatever you need. I'm like so excited right now.
Yeah, I think I can share this app with two users, I think. But I need to just add your other email IDs and everything and just assign you as a sec- other roles like user or sysadmin. Then you guys can use it through this link.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing to be
I stopped my
from my side to present. And Sumana has worked on for the marketplace research, and I have shared in the presentation. Share my presentation.
So the discussion Gianluca, Peter, and I had last week was how do we prove that the information that's private that we pull in from someone's data into our playground to build a knowledge base with is not getting put back into the LLM. Um, right?
Okay.
I'm not wording that right? I'm not wording that correctly, aren't I, Gianluca? So could you
Uh,
explain to JRAM what my concern is?
yeah, I got it. I got it,
Uh,
Bobby. In the Snowflake environment, the data is in the Snowflake environment because I tried with using AWS as a data warehouse where I was keeping the files, everything in the AWS, and then just loading them to the Snowflake. Then there was a risk of leaking of data, but in this one, I just used everything like the data, everything is in the Snowflake environment. So it does not contact with the LLM or the other third-party apps. It's the data, everything is in the Snowflake environment.
so that's a little bit more secure than our solution because our solution right now we're questioning whether the data is going back to the LLM,
Yes, yes, Bobby.
even the private data.
Yes, correct. Right. It's not when you ask question, the system retrieve similar documents or chunks of documents and send those documents with the question to the LLM. So the LLM receives a part of the knowledge base every time. So we are not sure at the moment that yeah, our knowledge is it's private, it's secure, that we don't share um, our info with
This is great.
yeah, the solution is to have a local LLM, so in-house machine, and yeah, but it's not the current solution. We investigated, if you remember, the first solution was downloaded locally, but it's not the current solution.
This is incredible. So the next steps, if I'm heading right, is we need to get this into the Snowflake marketplace, obviously. Where are we on that path? Like, is this enough to just put in there and test out, or do we need to do some testing on our own? Like, what's our next steps? I'm not sure, so I'm asking Gianluca and JRAM what they think we should be working on to get this into the marketplace, and then start
Um,
presenting the crap out of it.
so for the marketplace, I would recommend that I'm currently working for to produce to make this into the marketplace. So we just need to add these two features so that would be best for the users who are in the Snowflake environment. So the main one is like adding a config feature for just editing or modifying the system prompt for the user to get a better results, and adding a role-based access control, because if the admin keeps another thing like it's in the private, other people can't see, and the user who are using in the organization should only accessible to the public data inside the environment, kind of. And I have found that these two libraries are not supported or unsupported in the Snowflake environment. Mainly is the
Mm-hmm.
Auth0 library, which is generally used for login and sign up, for easy login and sign up. So for it, I'm just focusing on the role-based access control. How do I add and
Yeah.
everything? Currently working on it. And also for the YouTube API, it is also not supported for, as I talk for entire the data flow diagram that I have mentioned according to it. But the YouTube API is at present it is not supported currently.
Yeah, we're having a tough time with that one too. Those YouTube videos.
Yeah, for the implementation guide, I have I have shared the link about the document of it. So where you can just
Mhm.
log in and you can just go into this and you just go by step, you would able to implement the thing that I have done.
Mm-hmm.
And later, the work I given to Shima was to do the market research regarding the Snowflake marketplace. So she has shared a document about it, like what kind of products are just in the top list, what they are doing, everything.
Oh, very nice. Thank you, Sumana.
And this is the just summary about it in the just a few words, kind of. Yeah, this is all about the Snowflake implementation and mentorship updates till now.
This is great. Thank you, guys. Anybody from the group have thoughts, questions to the team? Anything?
Yeah, it's a great job, and I think it's also, yeah. I'd like to receive some feedback. So if Jeremy, if you agree, we can work to have a solution that people can try and give us feedback, because yeah, next step is to publish something in the marketplace. So yeah, I think it's very important to have feedback from other people. So
Uh,
if that solution it's ready for feedback, yeah, that's great. But it's not in case of is not ready, we can work to have a testable solution for people. So get feedback, and publish on marketplace.
Now, of course, I have a question about payment rails in the marketplace. When we put this in the marketplace, are we just assuming people are going to use this for free for the first month or two? So while we get our test information and our feedback, or do we need to set this up with a payment rail so that this can come back? And again, AIFAQ is working to get funded eventually, at which point everybody on this call will, have some kind of position in our future endeavor. And if this goes into the marketplace, that would be put into. I know that JRAM signed his partnership agreement And I don't know if anybody else did, but I can work on those this week to get them back out if in fact payment rails are needed. I think though, I read a lot about publishing on Amazon. Have yet to do it, but I read a lot about it. And they say that the best way to build an audience and bill is to give it away free at first. So I don't know if this is a discussion that we're having prematurely or if this is something we need to get it in place before we put it in the marketplace, because a lot of times people like to have their payment rails. I have done no research on this. I don't know if Sumana has or if JRAM has. So any thoughts would be interested. If you want, we can talk to Tim about it tomorrow. If we have no information on payment rails, I can find out from him how that works. So any thoughts, comments on that?
See, Mercy.
Oh, go ahead, Mercy.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I was thinking it would be nice to like have it out without payment in order to test it.
Yes.
Because we kind of like need some sort of stress testing. I don't know.
Yeah, we need some.
Most of the time, you need to like do a chaos kind of engineering around it. And in order for us to achieve that, we need not just us to test it. We need other people, multiple people to test it, because sometimes systems don't break when a small scale is being run. It's kind of like you get to find bugs when there is heavy usage and then people are using it. Then you now notice that, oh, this is breaking, this is not breaking, or this is not working as it should be. And then also give the people feel of what they are paying for if there's going to be a payment trail. I think it makes more sense.
Yes, and Sumana and I can get together this week if you want, Sumana, because I know you've done some research, and we can research that a little bit more. Maybe we'll set up a meeting for the end of the week and invite everybody as usual. So that would be interesting. But we're definitely working forward on this. Thank you, guys. This has been great. Anybody else have any? Ryan's hands up.
Yeah, so like what I think for this Snowflake one, we can have that freemium model tier, like with that for some prompts or like daily some prompts that would be free for like starting 2 or 3 months, and afterwards if you are like using it more for a day, like if you are using more than 10 prompts or 10,000 tokens a day, then you would have to like buy some of our like tier of subscription for it. Like it would be better because if we give something for free, then people would use it, but they won't value it. Like it's fact that if something is paid, then people value it. So they would give real feedbacks to us if we get like paid for it. And if we would give everything for free, then they like would take everything leniently and they won't give proper feedback if they don't if they don't pay for it.
Yeah, the first 5 prompts are free, but then you have to pay for the rest. I like that a lot. Yeah, so that's this is just
of premium model, freemium, not
premium model.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, good. We'll start, and I'll talk to Tim tomorrow and see what he thinks and how he feels we can get in, because he's got the in. He'll know how to get us right there. So this is awesome. Anybody else have any thoughts or questions for the team on Snowflake?
Yeah, just one thing is, in the meetup, 2 startups presented their products, their software, and both the example are related to like engine that work on also on data that's already in the Snowflake. Yeah, the name is in the last slide. Yeah, I think last or
Prolify, what was it?
It's in the in the last slide. The name are like Pliable and Lang.ai. And
did Lang.ai have anything to do with LangChain?
Hmm. Yeah, no, 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 no.
No,
It's
it's
yeah,
in.
it's totally different.
Okay, I
Langchain
wasn't
it's a
sure what I was watching.
library. Yeah, they started with a yeah, it's a library. It's an engine that takes data from a company and they provide insight. You can ask question to that data, and also you can also yeah it's quite similar to our idea, yeah, but they already implemented something, and I don't know the structure or data of data, and but they worked on data that are already are in the Snowflake. So both Length.ai and Playable are in the marketplace, and they work with Snowflake data. So that's the value. They
Insights and
provide
analytics.
some feature to companies, and those companies already are Snowflake clients because they have data
And
in
is it
Snowflake.
isn't that our goal getting in the marketplace? Is to be
Yes,
what they do, but better because it's us.
yeah, I think they are in the marketplace.
No, but I mean for
Uh,
us, we would be
uh,
in the marketplace directly competing with them, and Snowflake has no problem with that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. In my opinion, we do not compete with them. We should try to implement something else. Yeah, I mean, maybe AIFAQ is not the final product, but can be yeah the tool that other clients can test and give us feedback. Maybe they want something similar to AIFAQ, but it's quite different. Maybe
Hmm.
different
Hmm.
but similar, but different in some feature. Maybe the killer
Yes.
feature will not AI FAQ to reply question, but some kind of data computation to extract value from data.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
my opinion because other people already implemented standard engine that allow you to extract value, so ask question.
That's why I like when I'm talking about AIFAQ or teaching about AIFAQ. I like the Founders Institute example so much because it has the three really clear layers of security. The first layer is the general public questioning what this program is. The second layer is for founders who are in the program to get insights so that their pitch decks are better or their whatever is better. And then that third is that private administrative where you're putting in getting analytical data out of all of the chapters and all of the things that only you see. So yeah, I think that is the killer secret sauce at the end is that last um, level of security on your private information that then you can draw from. um, but that's hard to put in a bottle.
Yeah, if everybody confirm that our value is in the private and secure data. So in that case, we can go in that direction, maybe providing a solution that can install locally an LLM. So
Private.
you have the certainty that the
Contained
model
it.
is in your
Yep.
machine, and the data is in your machine, and
Yep.
nobody can
Doesn't leave.
read. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that can be our killer feature if you have
Yep.
feedback from other people and they confirm.
Yep. I
And
like that.
also
Yeah,
in
we got to
that
see
way
if it's
we can
valuable.
differentiate. Maybe we can differentiate our clients potentially are people with intellectual property that they want to preserve in their machine.
Hmm. I'm putting all these links in our wiki page for later if anybody
Okay.
needs them. Let me edit the wiki page. Yeah, that's great. Anybody else have any thoughts on the snowflake?
So I just have a question. How do we ensure that the data is in um on our local machine, not on the LLM itself?
Well, right now we haven't. We're working on that. Right now, we have to figure out a way that when our clients are using AIFAQ and they're building that knowledge base, that knowledge base and the LLM that it's
Is
using is stored local on local systems rather than on the internet. Because if you're going out to the internet to use the LLM, you're giving it your information.
yeah, because that would be like a good selling point,
Yep,
considering the LLMs you have now. That would be like a good selling point.
I agree. Absolutely. We got to work on getting that to be our bang message to people. So we're going to be probably working. You guys move so fast on Snowflake. I'm so impressed that we're going to start working. I guess August on the presentations we're going to give in the fall, and I think we should gear them. And I'll double check this with Tim, but gear them for the people at Snowflake to get their clients to use our product. And I have like mad marketing skills I could work on to get them to forget about pliable. Just work on anyway, a little competitive. So moving along, if that's okay with everybody, we are going to work on the multi-agent section with Ryan and Lochan. I do have a question before we start for Ryan and Lochan. I've been looking at the presentations. We had a meeting to catch everybody else up on the call. Ryan and Lochan have created a GitHub management system that we presented to Ryan last week. I'm sorry, Rye Jones, not Ryan, Rye Jones of the Linux Foundation, and he was very impressed. He set up a GitHub repository for that project, which is awesome. My only question to the team is because the mentorship program is geared towards AIFAQ, the presentations have to have an element of that in it. So I wasn't really sure how the Beetle presentation tied into AIFAQ. I might have missed it. So that was my only question going in. So that's what's in the back of my head. So I'm going to turn it over to Ryan and Lochan to present what they're working on with multi-agent, and hopefully my question will get answered. Is that fair enough, Gianluca? That's kind of what I thought. Okay, so it's all up to Ryan and Lochan now.
Yeah, so like regarding that integrating that AIFAQ, I am already implemented that AIFAQ part in the RAG system, in which it like extracts the data from GitHub, and once it fetches the data, then it goes in AIFAQ. That whole data goes into AIFAQ, and then AIFAQ answers from that context. Like here, give the data of docs directly. There I am giving the data of the whole GitHub code, whichever code is implemented. But like during that meet, I was not able to present that thing because like I haven't integrated AIFAQ completely with into it, because I have added that code and I could fetch the GitHub data, but I was like I did not have time to like start work. Like, as you know that I did not try any prompt there. I did not try prompt I did not try any prompt for that reason only, because I haven't connected it completely. So it was like
Yeah, no
not like
worries.
for that thing.
I'm not trying to rush. I was just wanted that to the plug for AIFAQ. And I put the presentation on the I think I put the presentation on our wiki page, but if you want to go ahead and show it from your local screen, that would be great.
Yeah, also like I have made a presentation for this current project which is on AIFAQ one. So I would like first share that one. So mm, so this is the presentation which we made, in which me and Lochan have worked on it, which has the foundational RAG implemented currently. And then we have also made a plan for web integration, like extracting things from web directly and answering from web if there is like it is not fetched from the document. And third is for that answer quality and caching strategy. So till now we have implemented RAG pipeline with a fast vector store, vector database, and like it is working, and it is like ingestion is also working, and it can give basic answers perfectly. But as we have discussed last week, that it could not answer some of the questions and it would replying in I don't know thing. So for that we made we made two ideas. This is one is made by me and other Lochan have made it. So first, this is my idea. So the blue colored are those which we have already implemented. I have tried to use the maximum of the code which we have already implemented. So we have already implemented this blue part of the code. So how it works then, when user gives the input, it goes into a query classifier, and it would test directly if it is a direct conversational question. Like if someone is using hi, how are you, then it won't implement whole of that multi-agent thing, because multi-agent use much of the tokens, and these basic questions like hi, how are you and such questions should not be passed through that whole multi-agent. So we can directly answer those questions, those simple chat questions directly from here. If the questions is slightly complex or asked about some of things from the document, then we have a parallel process in which we would extract. There is one process which would be going on a asynchronous process, that it would retrieve the data from the knowledge base, as we what we have implemented it already. If it says that it has found something, it has found some data, then it would give the that data as the final answer by the LLM. And in case if some of the data is not found from that document retrieval, then what would happen is there would be a parallel process going on in which we would be web scraping based on the question which user asked. And then there would be a content processor, means this would be a pre-processing of the content which is extracted from HTML of that whole website. And it would be only used if the data is not found. So here we won't you instead of directly giving that data directly to that LLM before even knowing that the data is available or not and using that tokens, what we can do is we can store that data for a while being, and if the answer is not found, then only we can generate the web response using our multi-agent architecture. So it would also preserve some of the tokens here. So if it founds the data, then it would answer from the document. And if it does not found any data or it says I don't know anything, then this would be activated and it would use the data which is parallelly processed during the same time. It saves a lot of time because like scrapping data from website take a quite bit of time. So we can we can start an asynchronous process. We can retrieve something from document. On the same time, we can also retrieve and scrap the website, so that we can do multiple things at the same time. So this was a plan. This was our plan. And in that parallel retrieval, what we can do is first is that document thing. If the document result, if the knowledge base has results, then it can be directly given into the LLM response as a context. But if the document does not find any result, then what we can do is parallelly use the DuckDuckGo search API key, because it's free. So we can use that DuckDuckGo search API, and it would pre-process the whole of the data from website and store in the Redis cache. And if the answer is not found in the document, then only it would give this context to LLM. If it is found, then it won't be included in the database. I have done this because sometimes what happens is if the answer is found from the document and there is some unwillingly noise from website, if we use that context also on the same time, then it would affect the it would affect the answer. So what we can do is we can store in a Redis cache for some time. If only the answer is not found, then only we can implement it. Otherwise, the cache would be empty. If the answer is found, then cache would be empty. So this was the proposal which I made for web integration of this multi-agent platform. And Lochan have also made this one. So I would hand over to
Okay.
Lochan.
Yeah. Actually, what I implement is basically whenever the user send any query, I just added for GPT layer where I give some of the tools to the LLM, just like web search tool or I don't know tool, and I just allow it to doesn't use any kind of tool. It is kind of future proof that whenever we try to implement any other kind of integrate any other kind of tool, we can just give that tool to the LLM. It will first, whenever it passes the first query, it will decide which tool to use. If it find that it's the given query is unrelated to the given document or the knowledge base, it will just say that I don't know. If it's basically like, hi, how are you? It's also said that I don't know, or we can implement, give different tool for that. And if the LLM think that we don't need to do use any kind of tool, then it's implement just like how we are currently implementing it. It just passes it through our models and it just work. If it find that the current context or the current knowledge base is not enough or the retrieved document is not enough to answer the query, it will do the web search. And after doing the web search, the query and the web search result will be passed through the another LLM. And by this, it will just give response to the user like this way. My major implementation is that adding the layer of GPT model with different tools, which we can further implement or extend with different tools. Okay, that's it.
Excellent. This is excellent. I'm going to ask Gianluca to comment on this for technical reasons, but this looks great.
Yeah, I think we should. It's the solution. I think we should talk about that. I'd like the multi-agents Mistral architecture, but we can start maybe the idea can start implementing something with the Mistral examples. Sorry, my battery. Okay, so we can start maybe, if I want to share some link in Mistral agents, we have different article that we can start to read. Yeah, there are also lots of example in put in the chat link. Yeah, there are some example in for a code execution solution or image generation, web search, travel assistant. Yeah, travel assistant. It's very it's great. Yeah, maybe I can share you something. For example, that is here. Okay, let me share my screen. So that's the travel assistant. Here is an example, and you can see that he asks suggestion about the itinerary of Paris. He suggests different days what they can do. And yeah, it also provide links. Clicking on links, you also search for hotel, and also ask question to the user.
What's next?
So it's also an interaction. Yeah, and so on. Yeah, I tried in my PC, and yeah, I think I have an error because I just started yesterday, and maybe you can ask. You can I have some suggestion on a trip to New York?
I should have put Jersey.
Okay, so I have a problem with the hotel. Yeah, I got an error, so but I think it's something related to configuration. But if you see, uh, what it asks, what are dates? What type of activities are you
Tell it
interested
you want to visit Central Park in the fall.
in? Okay, it's like to visit. Okay, must see destination New York, especially in the fall. How many days do you spend? Maybe a week. I don't know. But I remember I have an error where it's looking
There you
for.
go.
So that's, but it's also, it's not because it's Mistral, we can investigate all kind of LLMs. Um, because we have the code, and the code it's very simple. It's like one Python script. Yeah, no more, less than 200 code lines. So it's a way to start investigation. I also wants to use it for a POC that we can post in LinkedIn, also to have feedback before to integrate in AIFAQ. I think next step is, before starting the implementation, is to decide together some details about the architecture, test the code, or other solution is not. Yeah, it's not mandatory. That example prove um, prove the concept with some chunk of code or Python script, and so maybe we can implement very fast the solution. That's my suggestion. But yeah, it's very interesting to have just the first design of the architecture from Ryan and Luchan.
It looks great. And I just have another question for Ryan. I saw that you asked Rye for some more support. I wasn't sure what you needed from him. What are you with the repository? Where are you moving with that?
Actually, what he wrote on the repository name was multi-agent RAG. Like it wasn't like actually using like what is made the project, what the project is. It was not matching with that thing. So like I could
Got
not
it.
promote it. Like I could not promote it anything. Matlab, I could not promote it anywhere. That's why like I
Because he
asked
named
him
it wrong.
to change it name to something like related to open source collaborating platform, something like that.
Hmm. I get it. I completely understand. I wasn't sure that when I was reading that what the issue was. No, no, it should reflect what it is. I mean, when Gianluca and I were talking to the people at the Linux Foundation about renaming AI FAQ, what did David say? Why would you rename it? It's exactly what it does. You don't need an explanation. I was like, okay. We were thinking all kinds of names. And he's like, when just AI FAQ is perfect. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so it has to reflect what it does. Absolutely. So we have 10 minutes. Does anybody have? I'm going to go down the wiki page. Those were the two. I know that Gianluca, you have a short user feedback guide. You want to talk about that for a second?
Yes.
I'll share
Okay.
my screen.
Yes, if you want.
So go ahead. Oh, did I share the wrong screen? Do you see the user
No, I see
feedback
it.
short guide? Oh, good.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at? What is this? Thumbs up.
Okay, that's an implementation for Founder Institute. But I think you can also, I can share the screen with the live version.
Sure.
It's it's that one. Yeah, that's the user feedback with the thumbs
Got
and
it. Love it.
and yeah, currently the thumbs it's stored in database. So when you refresh the page, it's persistent. So I have a bug, but I think it's related to the switch page caching technique of Streamlit. I opened an issue in the forum and I'm waiting for the response. But that's a solution. Yeah, it's quite good because clicking one, the page is not refreshed. And the solution is to use how to say in Streamlit is the name is frame. I think it's frame. Using frame, you can put the response in a frame and the system the refresh only that response with the feedback and don't touch the rest of the frame, so don't refresh does not refresh the page and avoiding the tricky obfuscated page. Yeah, avoid that solution. Okay, clicking using the frame. I think its name is the frame. So now I'd like to share with you, Bobby and Peter, if you test when you have time. We have time to go back because it's installed in the test live instance before to deploy in the production. And if not, if you don't like, we can go back or we can add also other.
So it's 04. Okay, make sure I'm on the right.
Yeah,
So
it's 04.
question about the website.
Oh,
Oh boy.
that's
We are I emailed Peter's friend for help.
Mhm,
So right now we are with Pair Network, which is the server,
mhm.
and they're very capable of doing everything every other server is doing. We're just not really sure how to talk to them. Our problem is WordPress. So we do pay for the WordPress premium, whatever, and we're not using that properly either. So our problem comes in, and we're probably going to have a meeting on Wednesday, hopefully with Eric on this. But I'll invite everybody to
Okay.
that meeting. Our problem is when we set up subdomains. So we have AIFAQ, and then we have Founders Institute AIFAQ, Crypto Monday AIFAQ, Linux Foundation AIFAQ subdomains. When we set up the subdomains and the subdomains work, the main page no longer works. If we set up the main page to work, the subdomain page doesn't work.
Yeah,
So there's something we're missing in the
no, I say
communication.
I don't know if is correct because yeah, I'm finding that when I configured the FI keystone.AIFAQ.pro, maybe I removed some record. I have this idea, I forget, I don't remember, but I think I removed some important record. I also tried to reconfigure multiple times following documentation in ChatGPT and Gemini and so on, but it's the same
We're
results.
missing
I
something.
wait for 24 hours, and when I check, the same error.
Uh,
There's something clicked that
Bobby,
shouldn't be. Yes, J-Ram, I know you probably know the answer.
Yeah.
yes, I have checked the WordPress one, but the DNS and other servers names are not in the WordPress of the AIFAQ.pro and every
Okay,
domain name
hold
that
on.
you have bought it. It's all
Yeah,
in the, I think it is changed into the pair.com. I think so. Due to that, we are not accessible to the WordPress of the domains.
are you able to repair AIFAQ.pro, Jaron? Because if yes, we can use temporary AIFAQ.info. If you repair
No,
AIFAQ.pro,
no, Gianluca, I have tried it.
okay. Okay.
I
Okay,
think
so
it is
I'm gonna
in
hold on.
the, yeah, I think it
I'm
is in the
gonna show.
issue with the pay.com, pay to
Let
or
me just
pay
get
dot.
to my.
That may be an issue.
I just have to authenticate my pair.com. Hold on. Where the hell is it? There it is. Of course, it changed. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Hold on just a second. This one too. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so in the AIFAQ.pro pairs domains, we have this DNS setting.
Mhm.
And if we go further in, I don't like to touch any of these things, but we can do whatever
Yeah,
we need to do here.
yeah,
Should I
current
go into?
records. Yeah, the second tab, current
Uh,
records.
yes, Bobby, we just need to uh, add this or modify it so we could access the domain name. Yeah, I know. I have done in the WordPress one for deploying the AIFAQ landing page.
So I have to change something here.
Uh, yes, Bobby, yes.
The type,
Uh,
like I'm not sure what. See, it won't let me. It will let me modify these. It won't let me modify these.
if you can just take a screenshot and if you just share it me the Slack, I will make a guide that how we just edit the follow.
So wait, you want me to take a screenshot of this?
Yes, Bobby.
Okie dokie. I don't know if I can do that way. Hold on just a sec. No, let me do that. I'll put it on the wiki page. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
I-
the other thing I have is this, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it anywhere here. Uh, to domains. Takes forever. I apologize. Well, we're waiting for them. Oh. Put it right there. There's your screenshot. Let's see if this came back. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. And I'll take a screenshot of this as well.
I think it is kind of confidential info to like, not to be
Excuse me?
present. Yeah, Bobby, I'm just saying that it's kind of a confidential info too, so I don't recommend to paste it in the wiki pages.
Oh, okay. So I'm confused. What do you need from me?
Just share it, the screenshot through the Slack or Gmail or Google
Oh,
Docs.
okay. Okay,
That
I'll
would be
put it in the
better.
slide. You don't have access to the wiki page?
Uh, no, I'm just saying that
Oh, okay. It's easier in
this
Slack. No worries. I'll
this is
put it
kind
in
of a
Slack right
confidential
now.
info. Yeah.
I will put it in Slack right now. So we're over time. I will put those in, and I will let everybody know if there is a web meeting on Wednesday. And Sumana, I will send you an email to let you know when we want to meet. And I will get back to the Snowflake people, or Gianluca and I will get back to the Snowflake people after our advisor meeting tomorrow and let you know what Tim said. So we're all good, and I will let everybody keep everybody posted. I will put those in the Slack right now for you, JRAM, and hopefully we'll be able to figure out what checkbox or what DNS setting is off, or so that we can actually have our subdomains and domain work together. So if anybody has any questions, just reach out. If not, we'll talk soon.
Okay. Thank you, Bobby. Have a nice
Thank you, Jessica. Thank
weekend
you,
to
everybody, for your
everyone.
presentation.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.